Yo, K-Kunnnn here. Today I got early access to MIYABI in the Meteor server, so obviously things are subject to change and this doesn't represent the final product. So with that out of the way, let's get into the video. So MIYABI's kit is pretty easy to play and kinda brain dead once you get the hang of her attack strings. And everything revolves around you getting Fallen Frost to do her whole basic attack. So let's get started with her core passive, which is an essay yet again, so let's break it down. MIYABI's core passive unlocks a separate ice anomaly attribute called Ice Fire, which lasts for 30 seconds. It has the same properties as the freeze anomaly. It can freeze, shatter, and has a unique trait called Frostbite, which can be disordered by other attribute anomalies, even freeze. And when the enemy shatters from the ice freeze state that will scale off MIYABI's attack, they will enter the Frostburn state and you will get one Fallen Frost for her whole basic attack, which makes all attribute anomaly buildup increase to 15%. Her Frost anomaly buildup scales up to her crit rate by 100% to a maximum of 80% from her crit rate. So you don't really need to build Anomaly Mastery on her. And her additional ability activates if someone is in the same faction as her or a support character. And when activated, her whole basic attack damage increases by 60%, ignores the enemy's ice rest by 30%, and when causing disorder, she will get 2 Fallen Frost to do her whole basic attack. Now, her 4 important attacks in my opinion are her basics, whole basic, dodge attack, and EX skill. Why are these 4 important? So with her basic attack, the first 3 isn't really important. Her 4th and 5th are her bread and butter combo because you get a lot of iframes, meaning you can't get hit or damage, and her 5th basic attack can pretty much parry anything. Laser beams, explosions, a missile, some bullet pellets, anything if you can time it right. So you're pretty much not getting hit for 2 seconds, and if you dodge attack, you can skip to your 4th basic attack, meaning you're not gonna get hit anytime soon when you're attacking. Oh, and her dodge, if you hold it, it's basically Jane's dodge but on freaking steroids. Hey, if you've been watching this video for this long, why not subscribe? I make some ZZZ contents every week and it'll help me stay in the basement. Thank you very much. Now her whole basic attack is basically a nuke if you have 6 Fallen Frost to do her giant AoE Virgil slash attack. When you're charging this attack, you're not gonna get hit by anything. Your hitbox pretty much disappears until you finish your final AoE slash at the end. And the enemies get staggered. How good is this stagger? You know how Mr. Bike Rider dude has like a back-to-back attack with his bike hammer? Yeah, you can pretty much cancel that. So I'd recommend stacking to the max because the long iframes and stagger, doing her slash waves is good for small mobs and for quick fights, but for prolonged fights and you want to maximize her damage, do her full stack hold basic attack, yeah? Her ultimate is basically a big nuke with a big benefit of giving you 30% ice damage bonus for 12 seconds. So you probably want to use your ult first and then do your whole basic attack. So yeah, MIYABI's kinda busted and kinda overtuned, but hey, I mean, that Void Hunter title isn't a freaking joke, so I mean, it's kinda lore accurate. So anyways, let's look at how I build my MIYABI. So you can see I have almost perfect crit rate and crit damage ratio with a buttload of anomaly proficiency. So for substats, you probably want to go for crit rate and crit damage, then attack percent or anomaly proficiency, and then lastly, pen. So if we go to her skills tab, you can pretty much see her core passives maxed out, everything else is almost maxed out, so here is the level up priority in my opinion. So first off, core passive obviously, then you can equally upgrade the basic, skill, ult, and then the dodge, and then the assist. So for disk drives and Wengines, obviously put the eyeball disk drives for MIYABI, but for now, I know no one will get the perfect stats day 1, so your best bet is to run the 4-piece ice damage and 2-piece woodpecker, or the other way around, the 4-piece woodpecker and ice damage bonus. Pick the best one that has the best stats for you. Or if you have Ellen, just yoink her disk drives and put it on MIYABI, and it should be like working fine until you get her disk drives. You can also run the Puffer Electro 4-piece and a 2-piece of ice, woodpecker or hormone punk, and then 2 anomaly set should be good. Just pick the one that has like the best substats. You can probably go for like a rainbow set as well. It should be fine for now until her signature disk drives. For Wengine options, her signature obviously is giving her 20% crit rate and 50% crit damage, and if you trigger any attribute anomaly, it will increase her ice damage by 20%, stacking up to 2 times for 15 seconds if you do her EX skill. Her other options is kinda meh, with Grace coming into second place in my opinion as a stat stick. Then the BP weapon. Best F2P option I guess is the Weeping Gemini, probably will be better than the Electro Plus if you have like on like R5 and not quickly stunning the enemies. The last is the Rainforest Gourmet, and the rest you can probably run it as a stat stick. Also you can probably slap Ellen's like Wengine just for the crit and base attack, or the BP attacker Wengine in the BP shop, or the limited time event Wengine, since she kind of functions as an attacker anyway, so she's just an imposter among the anomaly class. I'm probably playing a video right now of comparing the different Wengine options you have, so yeah, here's the damage difference I guess.
You gotta tell now. I never felt like I never felt like baby still with me. You gotta tell now. I never felt like I never felt like baby still with me.
So what is her pull value for your account? So if you're a new player or a returning player, I'd say she's a must pull if you have 0 DPS on your account and you're still trying to find like your first or second team in your account. Since we're getting a free Harumasa, I'm going to assume she will be your second team, but if you're a player like me who has like a ton of characters already that can clear the end game, I'd say pull for whatever you want. If you like her gameplay or aesthetics, pull for her. And if you don't find her interesting, then just don't and skip. Or if you get peer pressured, then I don't think you'll regret it either way. She's kinda busted. Comparing her to Ellen is not even close. She's way better than Ellen, and that comes from a guy who still uses Ellen till this day. But does that mean it makes Ellen useless? Nope, she can still clear the endgame fine. We just have a better alternative now. So some of you might be pulling for her Mindscapes. Personally, I'd go for her Wengine, but I feel like her Mindscape is yet again kinda busted, with her M1 basically ignoring the enemy's def by 6% for every Fallen Frost consumed to do her whole basic attack, and increase anomaly buildup rate by 20%. M2's basically making her basics and dodge attack damage increase for 30%, and doing her final hit of her basic attack gives you 1 Fallen Frost. And when you enter the battlefield, you pretty much get the max stacks of Fallen Frost to do her whole basic attack immediately, and 15% crit rate for free. M4, when you shatter the enemies with Frostburn, you now generate 250 more decibels, making you ult much quicker. M6 gives you Polar, which basically increases your whole basic attack's damage by 30%. And do correct me, but I think you can spam it for 3 times? I'm not too sure because I feel like if I activate this, my baseline M0 won't cut it anymore. So TLDR, big PP damage for M6. So I'd say either her M1 or Wengine, you can't go wrong with both of them, but I feel like her Wengine's slightly higher, but the def ignore is nothing to scoff at. So if you want to splurge a little bit, M2 is a good stopping point, but again, baseline M0 is pretty much all you want if you're pulling for her. So yeah, here are some team options for your Miyabi. So the first one's obviously like Miyabi, Yanagi, and Soukaku doing some disorder damage and doing her anomaly freeze over here. This is basically damage per screenshot. This one's Comfy Pin King. This one's pretty straightforward as well. Proc Caesar Shield, go to either Miyabi or Lucy to procs more attack buffs on her, and then basically Miyabi will hyper carry the team. And this one's unironically pretty good as well. If you can do like disorders with this one, especially with how fast Jane basically procs her like physical anomaly onto the enemies, this will pretty much guarantee you a lot of Fallen Frost quickly with Miyabi. So yeah, here is the OG CBT1 team proc Soukaku's buff and then try stunning the enemies with Lycan, and then switch over to Miyabi, and she will pretty much do her Miyabi things and do a lot of big PP damage. Blaze Baby over here, pretty straightforward. Go to Lucy, do your EX skill, swap on to Lighter and do his stunning phase, and when the enemy is finally stunned, you can pretty much go to Miyabi and hyper kill the enemies. And blazing your balls is basically similar to this one, but you are basically doing a lot more disorder damage and not stunning the enemies. So this one's pretty straightforward, this one's pretty easy. And here are some F2P options if you don't have a lot of these characters and you're still like trying to make some teams over here. So this one's pretty straightforward. Soukaku buffing and the defense shred from Nicole. We don't really need her additional ability since it's only available for ether characters, so we're only looking at her defense shred over here. And over here is the free shatter team, so obviously you have to proc Miyabi's like Frostburn and then swap onto Lighter to try to do some disorder, while in the meantime you also have to like proc Lucy's buff first to get all of the attack buffs so you can like do a little bit more damage over here. So yeah, here is the Jane, Soukaku and Miyabi team. So first off, Soukaku, do some buffings over here and then switch on to Miyabi to do her Miyabi stuff. So there we go, and then you can do her hold and then you can swap on to Jane and then try murdering this freaking Thanatos motherfucker over here. Shade. And surely this will kill him probably. And then we can probably do this, switch on to Miyabi now and proc some of these. Do some quick of these. Then finally Thanatos is dead. We can do this. Swap on to Soukaku. You can probably tank this a little bit. And then this should probably kill Dullahan over here. With our hold basic over here. Then go swap on to Jane. There we go. I mean, alright, for this one we're basically doing a free-to-play hyper carry Miyabi. So first off we have to get some energies over here. And then do some Soukaku things, pair with Miyabi over here, surely. And then do this, and then her whole basic attack. Do some big fat juicy over here. And there we go. Dodge that. Dodge that again, that should be fun. Pair with Nicole and then swap on to Soukaku and do her Soukaku things. And then this should probably end their lives over here, surely. Get the 30% ice damage bonus, or was it 20? I don't remember. There we go. Pretty easy on a 50-second mark. That's pretty quick. So yeah, here is a free-to-play disorder team with Miyabi over here. Go to Lucy, proc some buffs over here. And we try. Okay, there we go. Dullahan is caught. And we could probably do this. Oh my gosh. Thanatos freaking eviscerated already. Nice one. There we go. This team's going really way too quickly, bro. Okay, just start spamming. Dodge that. E with her, and then this should be the final hit. And Bros is freaking dead. There we go, on a 40-second time. Holy, that was quicker than I expected, man. If you play that really well, you can clear this mode really quickly. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I showed everything about Miyabi, and yeah, why not subscribe to the channel so I can stay in the basement and you'll get some ZZZ content every week, and like for the algorithm, and leave down in the comments, did Miyabi exceed your expectations or just right about in the middle? But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for me. Bye!